think about how Taiwan filled in for Cornell?
I think Taiwan Berryhill did an awesome job. He's doing everything he can and really everything he needs to. So I'm just really proud of him, and you know, he's really stepped it up and put a lot on his shoulders, and I thought he responded great. I really did. Really proud of him.
Do you think you'll stick with him there for as long as Cornell's unavailable?
Yeah, as long as we need that. I mean, it's he just you know, takes good reps at a couple different spots in there, as some other guys do. So we keep moving guys around a little bit in practice, so that you never know what's going to happen with game situation or injuries or anything else. So, but he would certainly be the guy in there for sure.
You had a couple guys out at safety and a couple guys out at linebacker in the last game. Just how are you managing that and giving the opportunities to other people?
Everything's tough, and I think everybody probably experiences that kind of stuff. So, you know, for us, I think it's always like the next man is up, and I can't spend time worrying about it. We've got to have some contingency plans, and we do, and we use them. And sometimes you use your contingency plans more than others. So, but again, I feel like our guys are really responding to you know, anything that we're saying, anything that we're requiring of them. They're responding well in the situation, and you know, I feel like it's okay. Our back's a little bit to the wall. That's cool. Love a challenge, and I think our guys will respond really well.
JV had the sack in the last game. Just what have you thought of his performance recently?
Doing good. You know, he's really a guy that you can count on to you know, as an added pressure, as a blitzer. He's pretty effective that way, and so you know, we brought him a lot last week, and he's fast and explosive. So and when he's able to, got a good knack of slipping some blocks sometimes, and you know, guys don't really get you know, he doesn't just like run right down the middle of a guy. He's able to slip some blocks and put some pressure on. So we got to continue to find ways to use him in that way, but that can't be our only answer, because teams will figure that out too. So, but glad he's out there, and glad he's we surely count on him for things like that.
Brian, when you look at Arizona State, what do you see? What do they do?
You know, they're concerning. I think their ball control, you know, want to really control the clock, and you know, with the running game and some controlled kind of passing game. Take shots down the field though to keep you honest in that way. Their running back is really a good player. You know, he's so hard to tackle. He really is a below deliverer in tackling. He runs over, around, through guys, bounces off. He's a really good player, and they're smart enough to get him the ball. You know, it's not just it's running game, but he also is I think he's a good outlet for the quarterback and some passing game stuff also, and so you know, they're you know, good to use him. I think quarterback is really good with his feet, so very confident in his ability to drop back, and if something's not there, he's just going to run. So and he's been doing that really well. So we really got our work cut out to you know, limit them in the run game, get the ball back for our offense, and you know, I probably try to like make him pass the ball, make it be a passing game, and I think that would be probably more beneficial for us.
The secondary didn't have the best game on Saturday. What did you kind of see from corners and safeties?
Yeah, guys yeah, I can't say we don't make every play, but you know, we do make our fair share of plays too. So you know, it's give and take, and we just always work on consistency, and you know, to me that's getting lined up right, getting your eyes right, applying technique, just being aware of situations and things like that. And when we're locked into that stuff, we're a pretty solid crew back there. And there was probably some plays from last week, which, you know, a few days ago now, but there's probably there's some plays that weren't necessarily good plays for us, but there was a ton of plays that were really good plays for us. So we're that close to, you know, putting it all together, and you know, it hopefully will come this week. I'm really excited about our guys. Like, you know, there's nobody jumping off the ship here, and I think we're a pretty motivated group, and I feel confident that we're gonna play our best on Saturday.
Yeah, and when you kind of assess at how the defense is overall so far this season, what do you think about it compared to last year, especially?
Well, yeah, I'd say statistically it's probably better in almost every area, but you know, we know the things that we haven't done well this year is to finish things all the time. So giving up too many points at the end of the game, and you know, we've gotta fix that. So and again, I don't think it's not any scheme thing in my mind. It's not that we got the wrong players playing. We just need to play with effort make sure that we're playing with effort all the time, because that's gonna make up for some mistakes. But again, we've gotta kind of just lock it in a little bit more in some of those moments, and just, you know, do the right thing, and we'll be in great shape. So, you know, not totally disappointed, but you know, I'm not you know, doing cartwheels either right now. We still got some ceiling ahead of us here that we can reach.
You talked last week a little bit about explosive plays and how you want them to be basically because the other guy makes a play, not because you have a mistake. I think TCU had 7 plays of 20 or more yards. Was there a ratio or a percentage there where you felt like, hey, this is
Yeah.
a TCU guy making a play versus...
Yeah, there's some of those, right? There's some of them
Yeah.
plays and some of our plays, and so it's, you know, I think that's an area we still know we can get better at, and I've coached a long time, and you know, I don't want to have selective memory to whatever, but it's never perfect. It's never perfect. So, you know, even when you're beating somebody 50-0, you got to be able to find things that you can do better. So, you know, we've certainly identified those things. We're working on them, and again, I feel like our guys are understanding those things and buying into those things. Now it's just a matter of doing when it counts.
You mentioned wanting to finish stronger on defense. What are the keys when you play in heat like this to finish strong and be ready to do
In heat
that?
like this, I don't know. We practiced some pretty good heat today, so acclimatization. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's a physiological part of just really good hydration and things like that. You know, you got to be. Always talk about you got to be mentally tougher than any conditions. What if it's 20 degrees out? Well, you still got to play. So if it's 100, you got to play. So you got to be able to kind of block that stuff out, and you know, it's not an option to have that affect us. So we're not really trying not to make a big deal about it, and not really talking about that stuff all the time, to just plant a seed in any guy's mind, and hey, it is what it is. It's a chance to play a football game against a good opponent, and hot or cold or whatever. We gotta focus on that and not worry about anything else.
You mentioned the heat today in practice. You guys doing something different than
No, we're just practicing inside today instead of outside. That's all. So.
Knowing that ASU's quarterback can take off and run, what have you kind of learned from the previous matchups against quarterbacks who can run that you'll take into this one?
You know, we've got to be concerned about rush lanes, and you know, I think we got a pretty good plan. You know, we have had some of those same thoughts in the past, but I think it's probably a pretty renewed effort of just you know, keeping good ratios on the quarterback, so that there's not 3 guys over here and 1 guy over here, because any one of us will run through that spot. So you know, I think we've done a good job of that, or we talked about that, and we've got some things, you know, hopefully devised that'll really help us in that area. So I can say all that stuff, but that guy's on a scholarship also. So he may get away from us once or so. We just gotta, you know, stick to the good plan I think we have, and trust the process that it'll work itself out in a good way.
You know, Coach Borland? Ryan, how do you feel about how DJ Warner's progressed through these first 5 games?
He's done a good job. He's playing a little bit more. If he wasn't playing well, he wouldn't get any more playing time. So he's responded pretty good. I think he's, you know, for any young guy, it's locking into the details, and it's not just where, you know, Friday night against, you know, some team where you can just go out there and I can do whatever I want, I'm going to be successful. There's, you know, I think he's really starting to hone in on some of the details of alignment, assignment, technique, and the more he does that, the better he is. He's got some good tools, and when he, you know, in a pass rushing situation, when he rears back and goes, he's gonna be a handful to block for anybody. So we just gotta hopefully put him in some good situations where he can utilize the tools that he has.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.